Hi everyone, my name is Sunil and you are all welcome to this virtual training class for Informatica MDM. Okay, so the topic for today is base objects. What are base objects? See, this is a small explanation on what is base objects. Okay, so what are base objects? Base objects, what you can say, the master data that we call as in Informatica MDM hub. Okay, so the base objects are the objects that actually hold the master data. There are other tables or other objects like landing tables and the staging tables, but the base object is the most important thing because it stores permanent data of the master data. Okay, so it stores the permanent data, that is the master data. Now, I will show you how you can create a base object. Okay, and what are the multiple options. Okay, so to create a base object, you need to go to schema. Okay, so here we go. Just a second. Okay, right. So here we go. Yeah, so this is the base object. Okay, so here you can see this is the base object and these are all landing tables. So now we are interested in base objects. So here we go. So these tables have already been created. These are all the base object tables. Okay. So you need to acquire a right like lock. So we have acquired a lock. Then you right click, add an item. Okay. So let's say you want to create something like customer. C-U-S-C customer, something like that. Okay. So here you can see this is the physical name. This is the physical name of the table. So okay, once you do that, see the reason why it is taking that much time is multiple tables will be created actually. It's not that it's only a single table. There are multiple tables, and I'll also briefly show you those tables. See, so now these are all the tables. See, this is the main table, C cut. Okay. Now if you go to tools, here you can see, let's go to the schema browser. Okay, it's a bit slow. Okay. So let's say testing. Yeah. See, just neglect these 3 things, okay? So from C_cut to C_cut_xf. These are all the tables that have been created. If you count it, it will be around 11 tables. And history is not enabled. If history would have been enabled, further tables would have been created. Like it will be total 13 tables. Okay. So as you can see here, these are all the properties. As you can see, these are all the columns. Okay. If you want to add a column, then you simply click here on the. You provide all these details, so, and then after it is done, you need to save it. You click here, then it is saved. Okay. So just say no as of now. So this, what is this XF? XF is it contains information about the customer class references. Okay. All the cross references, information from the different sources, the different instances that I talked about in the previous videos. Okay. And now you have here the history tab. As you can see, it is blank. The reason being, history is not enabled. Just see here, history is not enabled. Okay, so nothing is there. Now match and merge setup. This is the most important part. Okay, so here you have multiple complicated options. I will not be covering all these options in this video. This will be done in a separate video. Okay, so here you have properties like path. This is the root base object, if hierarchy is involved, then multiple paths needs to be configured. Then you have match columns that you need to consider the fuzzy match key first of all, and then you need to set the other keys. Then you have match rule set, primary key rules, match key distribution, and merge settings. Now we go to validation rule setup. See, this is disabled. The reason being you have not selected any columns. So you need to select the column here. You need to select the column here. Once you do this, this option will be enabled here and you can define the validation strategy. Now message trigger setup will only be enabled if you have already created a message queue and you want to publish it to outside third-party downstream application. Relationships are nothing but the different relationships between the two entities. You can say account and addresses or account and contacts and all that. That you can define, you click here, then that is done. Now what you have here is the staging table. Okay. So if you want to create a staging table, you just click here and then you go ahead. Now external match is something this will be needed. There are two tables involved here. This will be needed only if you are using external match. That is, data will not be loaded into the base object. It will be done with the matching. Everything will be done externally. Here this will be the input, and once the matching is calculated, this will be the output. Here we are not touching the base object. And custom index, that is the final option. What custom index means is, it's very similar to the indexes that are there in Oracle database, and here the only difference is it will be created by Informatica Hub Console, and also it will be maintained by the Informatica Hub Console. Okay, so this is it, the video about base objects. Thank you very much for listening, and see you in the next video. Thanks.